they took out insurance
Right.
on each and every one of them because everyone wasn't expected to make it. And white folks are, to this day, the children of today are benefiting from the insurance. So banks are benefiting from the insurance, the free labor that they got, they're benefiting from. This is why white, like, let's just say during the 50s and 60s, when they showed stuff on television, black people was like, oh, we can never have that because we can't afford that. You understand what I'm saying? So it was cruelty to us. Now, things have changed in terms of being able to afford different things. However, they're still taking advantage of stuff. You go to their schools, there's stuff that we don't have advantage of. And the white privilege comes from what? From our hard work and how they benefited from slavery.
Exactly. So that's why I go back to saying, you know, white folks are quick to say, forget about the slavery, it happened already, let's get over it. And then you have the black folks, some, not all, but you have black folks saying, yeah, forget about slavery, let's get over it. But white right is alive in America, it's alive in America, and it's going to be that way until we all, as a nation, address it.
Okay, let me tell you what Dr. Joy said in answer to that. Dr. Joy, the group, she said that when 9/11 happened, those, and to this day, it's in the news, to this day, right? They went through therapy, they're trying to get their rights if they was affected medically or somebody in their family was affected medically. Okay, what therapy did we go through for those 400 years?
Exactly, I always say this.
White America couldn't see what we could see. And the whole home renaissance brought it to light. But Martin Luther King brought it to light when TV came and they were showing right up front the dogs attacking us, the hoses, and all the rest of that stuff. White folks for the first time, see, because their thing was, what do we want? But then when they saw it, this is, if you go back to Vietnam ended because the TV cameras showed up close. That's why since Vietnam, you've never seen TV cameras show you Desert Storm, Iraq, Afghanistan, anything.
Well, let's go back, because that's what we're talking about, that white rights thing, right?
Right.
And I respect what you said, they finally seen it in 3D in the 60s. They finally see, because it came to the TV.
Exactly.
It came into their homes. They didn't give a damn. That's my problem with it. And it wasn't addressed. That's my whole problem with that situation. They didn't never address it, ever. And they would never do it because they know once they address it, you got to give everybody the same starting line. I'm talking about schools. I'm talking about everything. Jobs, you're going to have to do that. It's going to be, and they're never going to, they're always going to seem, it's going to always seem like it's a ghost story. Like it never happened.
Right.
You understand? And we still paying for it to this day because that whole ideology of slavery was passed down to us. It's in our genes right now. Certain things we won't do because the white man has us so scared. Do you understand? And even the ones that say, that say, oh, we're not scared, in the back of their mind, they got the white man thinking about, oh, what's he gonna do to me? It happens to me. Sometimes I walk down the street.
Look at the racial divide with Colin Kaepernick.
Yo, right, I tell you.
Right?
Sometimes I walk down the street, and I'll be like, you know what I mean? And I don't have nothing on me, nothing. Right. And I'll be like, oh my God, the white man's looking. You understand what I'm saying? And that right there is what came out of slavery. That whole ideology, that whole, I'm gonna cut the baby out your stomach. We're gonna put you on these blocks and we're gonna sell y'all. And your man's not gonna be able to do nothing to you.
Right.
We're gonna pull a gun out, we're gonna kill him right in front of you. So you understand that you are property. Right. You understand? They still do stuff like that to this day. It's real. It's not the same, brutality, but it is in certain cases. Diallo. In certain cases it is. When they can get away with it, they're gonna get away with it.
So are you saying you think we should go back to segregation?
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I said that we need to address slavery and the things, the outcomings of what happened. We need to address it and what happened after it. Because once we do that, once we address slavery, everybody's gonna have. This is the reason why it's not gonna happen. The only way it's gonna happen is if everybody's on the same page. we haven't been on the same page for over 400 years.
But this country's in denial, and you can see that. You can see that from Colin Kaepernick. You know, the way people reacted to, you know, just with the knee. You know what I'm saying? I mean, white folks, a lot of white people was like,
some of them were like, yeah, you know what, he's right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But the reality is, you know, this is real. You know, and it, you know, the differences in their perspective of seeing certain things, it's a clear divide. You know, and you know, the elected Trump in office. You know what I'm saying? After, you know, Obama was like the worst person in the world. Trump never once apologized to Central Park 5 for what he said about Obama not being an American citizen. And people would just go right along with it. And when he said, oh, there were good people on both sides, you know, I mean, come on, this is appalling. This is crazy.
It's crazy, you know, for him to say that. Especially, yeah, but these they're good too.
Not,
I don't know these people.
No, it's not him that...
You don't know David Duke, though?
No, it's not him.
Come on, bro.
It's not him that bothers me as much as the people that co-sign him. If he was by himself, okay, he's crazy, he's Hitler, whatever.
Wrong.
But he got people that endorse him. He got people that co-sign him.
All these years.
Kanye West.
He's the first one to say it in a long time. Openly in a long time.
Because it's not politically correct.
People did it. He's the first one that came out and said, you know what? There are good people on this side too.
Right.
Ain't no good people in that.
Please. Like, and they ran over with a car, and the people came out the helicopter and got killed. You know, they don't care about that.
But we do agree, right?
Right.
That me and you and I, we do agree that it has to be addressed.
Sure.
In a forum. Not no, you know, in the library like we're doing now.
Right.
We have to do this for everybody. And until that happens, it's going to stay the same.
You know why I don't think it's going to happen? Because when 9/11 happened, right? And there was the Saudi prince. I don't know if you remember this. The Saudi prince donated some money. He was getting ready to donate some money to New York City for the victims of 9/11. Okay? And he said to Giuliani, he said, well, before we do this, though, he said, I just wanted to say one thing. He said, this is wrong, it's all outdoors, and I feel sympathy for all the people that were killed and their families and all that kind of stuff. He said, but when we find out who really did this, we need to first of all sit them down and ask them why. And Giuliani said, no, we don't want your money, get out! They did not. You don't even want to find out why? If somebody murdered your brother, for example, first thing you want to know, okay, you want to get the guy, absolutely, 100%. But you also want to know why the heck this guy did it.
It's serious crime.
Right? You know.
They killed thousands of people that day, 9/11, and it wasn't addressed. It really wasn't.
Right.
Like you said, it was kind of swept under the rug because, like, maybe a month later, everything cooled down. Because nobody was talking about it.
They think we're stupid. But I'm gonna tell you, American people have not been stupid. I don't care what you say. Since the day that right after John F. Kennedy was killed, and they arrested Lee Harvey Oswald, and they took him to the court, and in front of the entire American public, Jack Ruby went boom. You could say to the cows come home that there's no conspiracy. America is not gonna believe that.
And then
because
feel
it was
like
in their face.
He's right though. Because then I feel like they killed him right after that, Jack Ruby.
Right.
But I don't think he died.
Okay.
I think he did his job, and they put him somewhere. Well, that's what I really think. You didn't see an open casket with him.
But either way, the point is the American public is not going to trust him, and that's why they made it in terms of the JFK assassination. Oh, we're not going to tell our findings for 73 years. Oh yeah, when everybody that cared died.
But now they see the findings, and he got shot in different sides of his head.
They removed his head when they had the thing. His head wasn't on the plane.
But the findings was it was more than one shooter.
You know, I'm gonna tell you. You really want to know
back like this?
Wait, you really want to know the two principal names involved in the JFK assassination? Two presidents. One was the president before John F. Kennedy.
Johnson.
No.
No, who was before him? Johnson.
No, Johnson came after him.
Who was before him? Kennedy.
The same one who succeeded Johnson.
Kennedy.
No, I mean he was vice president before Kennedy.
Vice president
before Kennedy. I'm sorry. Nixon. Nixon was in Dallas on November 22nd, 1963. And he had a lot to benefit. He lost that election because of television. Because when he had the debate, John Kennedy, Nixon wasn't the most handsome person in the world, but John F. Kennedy looked like a movie star. You know what I'm saying? So when people saw, he was the favorite. When people saw him up against him, especially it was the first time women had the right to vote in a presidential election, it was like, oh, it was a no-brainer. Kennedy got that. So he was, and you saw how deep he was from Watergate. Come on. The other person was another person that was there involved, and that's George H.W. Bush. His stamp is all over it. Now, if you can grasp that, then let's look at what happened to John F. Kennedy Jr. If the father had something to do with the death or assassination of John F. Kennedy Sr., don't you think the son had something to do with the mysterious death of John F. Kennedy Jr.?
I never thought of it like that. He was right though.
Because look
All
what
of them
happened.
was in cahoots.
No, listen. Look what happened. When Ronald Reagan became president, right? And George H.W. Bush, who was formerly the head of the CIA, was the vice president. Wasn't even 3 weeks. RFK Ronald Reagan was assassination attempt. It was this close.
The killing was
Now, on Jeopardy, you heard of Jeopardy, right? Now, Jeopardy's impartial, right? On Jeopardy, one of the questions was, whose house was Dave Hinckley, the guy that they arrested for assassination attempt on Ronald Reagan, whose house was he getting ready to go to for dinner that evening?
Ronald Reagan.
No, not Ronald Reagan.
Where's he going?
No, George Bush house.
Bush house.
Now, that's Jeopardy.
You get what he's saying though?
That's Jeopardy. You can
The
Google it.
dude that made an attempt on Reagan's life,
Right.
the same dude that was gonna go there, if he would have got away, he'd have been at a dinner table
Exactly. Just now, let's look at this. Now, we mentioned 9/11.
with the president,
Let's mention
the
9/11.
future president.
Now, George W. Bush Jr., right? He got elected. There was a big controversy over the thing. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Who announced he got elected? His cousin, who worked for Fox News. There was no recount. It wasn't finished. Okay. Now, and it was the state of Florida. Who was the governor of the state of Florida? His brother. Okay. Now, 9/11 happened because George Bush was in the White House playing golf and all that kind of doing nothing until 9/11 happened. Who was in charge of security at the World Trade Center? Okay, and only been in charge of security for a month when 9/11 happened. Ned Bush, another brother. Okay, you can Google it. You can go on Wikipedia. You can do
I believe
anything you want. It's right there in black and white.
Who got on the plane the day before? All I have.
Oh yeah, yeah. The
Bin Laden.
The Bin Laden.
They got on-
Exactly.
Right before the
And-
9/11, the day before that, all of them got out the country.
And wait a minute, hold on. And Bin Laden was trained by the CIA. Who
And
was
you
in
see a
charge of the
picture?
CIA?
You see a picture.
Come on
with
now.
Rice. You see a picture with what's her name?
Condoleezza Rice?
Yes. Her and Bin Laden chopping it up.
Chopping it up with Bin Laden, huh?
Yeah.